Hey y'all, Joe's McBrayer here. We just broke 300 subscribers, so a big thanks to all of you who are subscribed to this channel. Since January, that's actually 175 new people to the channel, so thanks for being here and being a part of this and keeping things going in conversations about church cinematography and cameras and all the things. Now, one of the first questions people ask me when I'm out filming somewhere, capturing an event, is, hey, what kind of camera is that? Well, as a reminder, the important thing is not the camera that you use, like which camera, but how you use it. YouTuber and filmmaker Matt D'Avella says, the best camera is the one you master. And so today, I'm going to be talking about my favorite photography/video hybrid camera, the Canon EOS R. So, here we go. There are a ton of videos where people are saying, the EOS R in 2021? And yes, I think the EOS R is a great hybrid camera for stills or video. It's a full frame, 30 megapixel camera that shoots in Canon log for video and also RAW file and JPEG and all the things. And there are a whole lot of these cameras at relatively affordable prices because Canon has come out with the R5 and the R6, super nice, fancier cameras. And there's even maybe an R3 coming out. So there's going to be some of these for sale. Now, here are a few things I love about this camera. For video, one of my favorite things is it has 8-bit internal Canon log, so it's much better quality for video. I can also go 10-bit 4K into the Atomos Ninja recorder, which is a great idea. It also makes it easy for the workflow and makes editing pretty easy to use. The autofocus is good for video, although sometimes I have problem with third-party lenses sort of hunting for my face when I'm recording. You can see that here in the clip. The C-Log, which is a desaturated log format, is great and allows more room in editing, as I can lift shadows, pull down highlights, and do more with color correction and manipulation than I could otherwise, if all the colors and the exposure were just sort of baked into how it was filmed. And probably my favorite thing about the Canon EOS R is that it has an RF mount, but you can adapt all of your EF lenses, so all the lenses I had previously, I can put straight onto the camera using this, just again, a little adapter. And if I want to get some RF lenses later on, then I can just simply take them off and use them that way. So helpful to have, means I can swap out all my lenses that I have between the BlackMagic Pocket Cinema 6K and this EOS R, just with a little adapter. Now, I use it as my B cam a lot for filming when I'm filming with the BlackMagic Pocket Cinema 6K, which is what's filming this video. And it matches fairly well. You just grab a color card and there you go. Makes that pretty easy. Now for stills, it's a great camera for traveling. I always have it in my bag, usually with a 50mm 1.4 on it, as that's my go-to low light everyday carry kind of lens. That's a nice little package, fits in my bag with all the things. This lens has good bokeh, decent image quality, and it's great for capturing family moments with my daughter and my spouse, but it's also great for church and social media and other images that I need to capture. It allows me to isolate subjects in a way that comes through well to highlight people and actions and events all in one lens, and so that's pretty easy for me. I was walking out of the church the other night after a training where we're training some AV people, and the steeple lights weren't on the church, which are normally on. So at about 11:30 at night, I was out there taking pictures where the moon was right behind the steeple. I cranked this up to about 6400 ISO and this 1.4 aperture lens, and was able to get some stunning raw images that allowed me to have a little bit of room for editing and showcase the beauty of that moment in recognizing the moon passing through the steeple and the cross behind it. Now for events, especially when you need to keep your distance from people, if you take and put a 70 to 200mm zoom lens on it, then you're able to get a whole lot more room and you can get close to people without really having to get super close. So super helpful. Now when I'm traveling for a vacation or a hike, I'll usually go ahead and put the 16 to 35mm 2.8 on it because it allows me to then capture a wide set of wide-angle landscapes, but also to get some details. Allows me also to get pretty close to be able to capture flowers and animals, people. It's a great all-around lens for that. It's also great for worship services and different things, and it's a great camera to carry around for sort of everyday things. It served me well from trips to the Smoky Mountains, to the national parks, but also international trips I've done to Germany where I needed to do stills and hybrid. It also works great in downtown Atlanta. It uses SD cards that are relatively affordable, and the raw images and C-Log video are pretty pretty easy to work with in post-production. Plug it straight in and go from there. Now I know there are not 2 SD card slots, which a lot of people get upset about, but I've never had a problem in buying good SD cards, and they work fine for me. I've never lost any footage as of yet. Makes you nervous to say that. Now it's light enough you can throw this on a gimbal or rig it out to use for those legit film projects. But I haven't done a whole lot of that. Autofocus is great for photography and video with people. It's sort of a workhorse camera for semi-professionals or enthusiasts. And there are obviously some working photographers who use this as their main camera as well. Now, things I wish were different. The biggest thing, of course, is the 1.7 time crop factor for 4K video. But I can wind up using other lenses like the 18-35 Sigma, which is on this camera right now, which is made for APS-C size cameras and allows you to actually use EFS lenses. I have an image stabilized 17-55 2.8 that's made for crop frame, and so I can put it on this. I can actually use it on the Blackmagic. There's a lot of things it allows me to be able to do. Now, this camera does not have true in-body stabilization, but it has electronic stabilization, which has worked fairly well for me, especially when hand-holding. And if you get your eye all the way up to this, you've got 3 points of contact for a pretty solid and steady image. Now, I do wish there was going to be an update for firmware that would allow me to film in 4K without a crop, but it's probably unlikely. Now, the menu itself is a little clunky to get from stills to video, and so you actually have to click the mode and then info and select to get back and forth from things. But I've learned and mastered this camera in the sense where I can do this in the dark. I can switch real quick like that and go, switch right quick and go. And so the maximum of the best camera that is the one that you master really does kind of work for this camera for me. So are you an EOS R user? What do you find great or lacking about this camera? Have you mastered it? Let me know down in the comments about what you love about this camera, or if you're looking to get one, or if you have any questions about it. So that's all for me today. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you do like it, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.